Chapter 9. The Walk Back. We stepped away from the statue and back onto the path, but the forest didn't feel the same anymore. The same dim yellow lights lined the way, but now they barely felt like lights at all. They only lit small circles on the ground, like islands of safety surrounded by darkness. Everything in between them looked darker, deeper, heavier, like the shadows were watching. We walked, not slow, not running. That in-between speed where you're trying to look normal, but your body just wants to get out. None of us said a word. The silence was worse than any sound. I could feel it in my chest first, my heart pounding so hard it felt like it might punch through my ribs. My hands were shaking, fingers tense around my phone. Every step felt heavier than the last, like the path was getting longer instead of shorter. I didn't have to look to know Tony was right beside me. I could hear his footsteps match mine, fast, controlled, just a little too quick to be casual. Behind us, Alex walked a little slower, still humming quietly, still looking around the forest, not really understanding why everything felt so wrong. And even though I didn't look back, not once, I could feel it. We were being watched, not just from one place, from behind us, from the trees, from the side of the path. It felt like something was following us, not walking with us. Walking behind the group, just out of sight. Close enough to feel, far enough not to see. I didn't dare turn around. It wasn't just fear. It was this strong, heavy feeling in my chest that said, "Don't look back. Don't let it know you know." The cold started to sink in. Not freezing, but that sharp, thin kind of cold that slides under your clothes and sits on your spine. My breathing got louder in my own ears, but the forest stayed completely silent. No wind, no leaves, no animals, just our fast footsteps on the path. The yellow lights finally led us back toward the buildings. They didn't flicker this time. They dimmed, like someone slowly turned the brightness down a notch as we came closer. The white lights inside the buildings looked weaker than before, too, like they were struggling to stay on. We didn't stop. We didn't check the rooms again. We didn't even look at the cat's direction. We just headed straight for the car. The second we stepped out of the trees and into the rest area, I felt the open space. But it didn't feel safer. It just felt like fewer places to hide what might be watching us. We reached the car, and everything sped up. Tony jumped into the front seat fast, like he'd been holding back the urge to run this entire time. Alex got in more slowly, still confused, still trying to piece together what was going on. I scanned behind us once. Just once, eyes sweeping over the trees, the buildings, the empty truck, the dark gaps between the lights. Nothing moved. I got in, slammed the door shut, and locked the doors instantly. Headlights on, engine on, no GPS, no checking the route. Just drive. We pulled out of the rest area and back onto the main road like we were escaping something invisible. The forest slid away into the side mirrors, but my chest still felt tight. For a while, nobody talked. The yellow lights of the forest faded behind us. The dark highway stretched out ahead. Cars passed by occasionally, their lights flashing in the opposite lane, grounding us back in normal reality. That's when Tony finally spoke. He stared forward, hands in his lap, voice low and serious. "Bro," he said quietly, "I'm not crazy, right? You heard it too?" I kept my eyes on the road. For a second, I thought about lying, about saying no again, about pretending nothing happened. But my heart was still racing. My hands were still shaking on the wheel. The words from that voice still echoed in my head. "Yeah," I said finally. My voice quiet, but clear. I heard it. He slumped back in his seat, relieved that he wasn't the only one who heard the voice. None of us said anything after that. We just kept driving, away from the forest, away from the statue. But no matter how far we got from that place, what we heard wouldn't leave. And deep down, we knew. Whatever spoke to us back there, it wasn't done with us. We were just done with it.